Today we're going to be linking on into the Sky Strikers for one of my earlier builds for Post, a Duelist Advance. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. Check out our friends at TradingCardMint.com down below, enter MCO40 and save on your purchase. So today we're going to be looking at Sky Strikers Post Duelist Advance out here. Now I wanted to test a going second hybrid out here. I used some of Dual Evolution's notes and kind of made some adjustments to what I wanted to play. So basically we created this going second build in order to basically be able to set up, play the game, and, you know, just kind of do the basic stuff. So we are playing triple copies of Ray, no exceptions to this. You are going to play this, and I am playing the one copy of Rose. I did want to play Psychonos. I really did. I like Psychonos. I think it's a cool card for what it's able to do and how you're able to kind of extend with it. And it does beam out the Rose. But the new Link monster does all this anyway. So I'm not too really worried about that. So the rest of this deck is going to come down to a lot of tech choices. I'm going to have to take more time and sit down with Striker and actually kind of learn some more of these intensive combos. But we are playing triple copies of Engage. This card is good. This is why this deck is broken. This card nets you so much advantage. It's actually unfair how good Engage actually is. Draw one, search one is going to be insane. Now, we are playing two copies of Litmus Gate. And 100% I wanted to play two of this. I know a lot of the initial lists were like, hey, you know, you stick around, you play one of these, it's fine. For those of you that don't know what Litmus Gate is, it lets you target any number of Sky Striker Ace monsters and Sky Striker spell cards in graveyard, shuffle them into the deck, and then you can return cards up to one card on the field for every 3 cards shuffled, and bounce it back to the hand. If a Sky Striker monster is about to summon to your field while this card is in your graveyard, we can banish this, and it gives us the ability to link summon a Sky Striker Ace monster. Now, you can only use each effect of Litmus Gate per turn, but this is Hercules base, resets your resources, gives you the ability just to start tucking things on back. Card is phenomenal, man. I didn't realize how broken that this card would actually be on the balance side of cleaning up things. You just have to have enough resources down, which this deck usually has no problem doing. And it can also be activated while you have stuff in the main monster zone, which is phenomenal, by the way. So we are playing triple copies of Widowmaker, the classic steal your opponent's monster, and basically start to set up, do everything that you need to do. It never really changes all that much. We still know that this is the best card that Striker has going for it next to Engage. We are only playing one copy of Shark Cannon. I don't really want to change this. Right now, I think one Shark Cannon's good enough. If you get into a matchup where you just have to clean up whatever your opponent's throwing on the field, it kind of is what it is. We also played the one copy of Afterburners. Specific spot removal options. The ability to blow through your opponent's back row on resolution is always going to be good. Jamming Waves would probably be something I would explore side decking, honestly. We're also doing one copy Forna Drones. Surprise, surprise, this didn't come up much. I got to get reused back to my lines again that incorporate this. Now, this one's big versus a lot of the list out there. I am playing 2 multi-roll. I do not want to be in a situation where I do not have this card in order to start comboing. Alright, this combined with field spell still gets a monster on your field. This basically gets your advantage engine rolling out here. And there's a reason why this card is one of the most broken cards in this deck, because of the recurability that it gets you. Just be a little bit careful, because if you're losing pieces, it's going to suck. We do play the one copy of Area Zero. This does clear things out of whatever zone that something might be occupying that you don't really want it in, which is going to be fine. Now, we have triple copies of Linkage. I got to put my QCRs in here. I keep forgetting where they are. But we have probably one of the best cards. The fact that this can cheat out this is really, really good. All right, like, thanks, Konami. Yet again, you made an incredibly broken card. You love to see it, honestly. So, linkage at 3, absolutely must have. Now, we are playing one copy of Rhoda. Really want to play the Sky Striker Rhoda, but it's okay. I don't own one. Somebody has one. Reach out to me so I could. I'd love to get it. We are playing a singular copy of Called by the Grave. In case your opponent tries to hand trap you, you're able to immediately answer it. Pretty good one of. I am playing the Lose to Droll and Lockbird Turbo. Man, if your opponent drolls you, you're just going to cry. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It also doesn't matter if you give your opponent life points in this scenario. You want to be able to dig into the deck, find cards, and be able to do the thing. If your opponent has droll, well, they're just better than you. I am still personally playing the Foolish Burial Goods and the Metal Foes Fusion. Being able to get this immediately down and basically have the spells fully loaded on up for like the later half of the turn, I value that immensely. Because you can deck thin, deck compress, and then you can go find a card that you're going to need to try to break whatever board that you're dealing with. We're also playing 2 copies of Lightning Storm, very strong going second card. We all know how stupid that this card is for what it does. I'm also playing 2 copies of Raigeki. This was the only Raigeki I could find in my stuff. So we were going with the Osiris Thunder Force attack. I do want to take note that I did consider playing Feather Duster in here. I think Feather Duster would be a card that I would want to approach in the side deck. Card's fantastic. Don't get me wrong. All right, you're playing going second deck. You need as many ignorant cards as you can get to be able to OTK and do what you want to do with your opponent. So you're kind of left in a situation where, you know, might be worth it. I'm playing 2 Thrust. This is something else I probably need to adjust and go to 3 on. It does kind of create some dead draw scenarios, but I think that's fine. This card's stupid. Thanks, Konami. I really wish we had multiples of this, but it's fine. I am playing the 1 Terraforming. This card kind of ended up being dog shit while playing. There's going to be so many times where you're just going to draw into the field spell that it's just... Probably cut this for another thruster test out along the way. And then I am playing triple copies of Droplet. This is going to be your board break assister. It's going to allow you the chance to actually kind of do what you want to do with the deck, and it's going to be smash and go as fast as you can. Alright, so there's that. But like I said, I do want to test out Feather Duster, and I do want to test out some of the other stuff. So what... Besides Litmus Gate, what has made this deck really good? Well, we have this card coming. This is probably one of the best cards that Konami's ever printed. So, you can only special summon 1 Sky Striker zeros once per turn, and this thing cannot be used as link material, so keep that in mind. If this card is special summon, you can add a Sky Striker spell card from your deck or graveyard to your hand, and quick effect, we contribute this card special summon a Sky Striker Rose and an Ray from the deck and or graveyard, and then you get a destroy card. Now, you can only use 1 effect of this card's name once per turn. You do not get both. Very important to keep that in mind. Alright, that's what really makes this card a little bit more limited, but that's fine. We're still missing Carmelia, for whatever reason. I'm still choosing to play this. Just dumps a spell into the graveyard. We are playing the Azalea for options. Ziki Boy here for cleanup. I am playing 2 copies of Hayate. This gets you your direct attack, puts pressure on your opponent, absolutely does everything that you want it to do. We also have the triple copies of Kagari. Gotta go faster, faster. We are doing 2 copies of Shizuku in here. And then we're playing a Dahark, an SP, and an Access Code Talker. Now, you probably noticed there's not a Kaina in here. I do want to test out Kaina. I just was kind of figuring, you know, we put the Dahark in to get the Turbo Access climb. More of your options are going to be with the Kagari, obviously, but something that will kind of shape around. I mean, you're basically going to be cutting a Shizuku for the Kaina, I'm assuming, if that's the route we're going with. But should give you a little bit of an idea of what to test run. Like I said, we're in very early stages with this list, so bear with me if I made, any initial misplays with things. I'm still learning this deck. Again, I used to love Sky Striker. The deck was super good, but, takes time to relearn things. So, check our friends, tradingcardmint.com down below, enter MCO40, and save on your purchase. Peace out, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.